Good evening, everybody. It's Andrew from All Barnum Racing doing the Saturday video the evening before today. Managed to get selections off the guys, and also the both the quality and quantity of racing tomorrow isn't as extensive for us to review, so it's a little bit straightforward for us. And I think hopefully by the end of this video and by the end of tomorrow, we might have been able to help you with quite a few selections, because there's a lot of the same for the guys tomorrow. It does look a relatively straightforward day on paper, but these things never always work out. But we're hopeful. Let's just say that. So anyway, let's begin. First race, the 12:05 at Sandown tomorrow, is a juvenile hurdle race. For Steve, myself, Tom, we're putting this one up. We all thought that Malicana for Ian Williams would take a step forward from that entry run. Almost one to forgive and forget. What we've got is the form of its win at Fakenham, which looks pretty nice, worked out all right. All on good ground, has to be said, so we're looking for a step forward from that. However, out of its French form, it has got winning form on soft and heavy going. That, obviously, French form gives us some encouragement that the ground should be okay for this one tomorrow. Charlie Todd takes a valuable £3 off. Essentially, if we're prepared to forgive the Fakenham run, and he was coming here off the back of that win, he'd be a hot favourite in this. So we're going to do that. These things happen with these juveniles, and I think all of us feel a step forward is there to be taken for Malicana for for the Ian Williams stable. Now for Steve and Tom, and I'm on the peripheral with this one. Martello Sky won very, very nicely at Cheltenham, tipped up by all of us at that day to do really well. We all fancied it very, very well. Comes here to race on. I'm looking back for its form. Hasn't got much by way of soft ground form we can latch onto. However, this mare does look a out-and-out stayer, and that's what she will be about. Lucy Wadham, very sweet on this mare. Could be, has got great form in the book, obviously at Cheltenham generally. Also, that was the other thing, is that no Sandown form as such. Sometimes I look for that in I think it's quite a unique track, Sandown, but this one's got all class, and I think the guys think that she'll go very, very well. Mullins has brought one over with Townend, jumped on the plane to be over here as well. The favourite is going to be backed. You can see that Gouloir. She is another one who I thought didn't really have much by way of good soft ground form. Also, this is a step up in trip. Last time she took the step up in trip, she actually did win. She ran over 2 miles last time. The time before she stepped up a trip at Fairyhouse, she actually got beat by one of her reopposing horses today, Sky Ace, who also comes over for the Hanlon stable, the Shark Hanlon, who's no back burner, I could tell you that. I'm going to put the outsider of the field up here, Anything for Love. I think this one's massively overpriced. Won a grade 2 on heavy going at Sandown. It won the Jane Seymour Mares Novices Hurdle last season. She's always been a really highly regarded horse, trained by Jamie Snowden. Paige Fuller takes the ride. Yes, I think profile-wise, she probably isn't necessarily the one. However, if the ground's soft, and a couple of these don't necessarily look like they're proper soft ground horses, then I think that she will be right in the mix, Anything for Love, and is overpriced and certainly shouldn't be the outsider of the field, in my opinion. The 115, all of us on the same horse, bit of a tracker horse for all of us. Top weight for Venetia Williams, Faranet. Again, another one we're going to have to excuse for its form at Cheltenham last time. Was going okay, and all of a sudden something happened. Jumped a fence poorly, I think, and just drifted back through the field that day. And sometimes these things happen. What's really encouraging here: soft ground, heavy ground form, very soft ground form. Also, most importantly, Sandown winning form. Won a listed race here, handicap chase here last year in March, beating horses like Up the Straight. Bogaris, who was at the time Stratagem, got pulled up. Lust for Glory. That's not bad form. Horses for courses, Sandown. Those railway fences come thick and fast. Faranet should be near the pace, and I think that although carrying a lot of weight on that sloppy-ish ground, should be up to that task. The race doesn't look a hugely brilliant race on the day. That said, I have to highlight that Mark likes winning here. He likes Kilbrook, which is currently 6-1 second favourite. John Joe O'Neill horse, as he said, as he's put forward, this horse idled in front last time, only just managing to win by a nose. That was quite a nice race, actually, in a 2.5 mile chase at Carlisle, going right-handed. Carlisle's a decent enough track guide for this. And I think that his view was that there's plenty of potential around this one. He could take a step forward. So that's Kilbrook for Mark, and then Faraday for the rest of us. And then we go into the next race where the very well-backed Numitor is the selection for all four of us. Obviously, this horse, we tipped it up last time at Newbury, finished second to El Redoto, who went on to then compete at Sandown. Didn't really take to those fences in the King George V chase. Again, sometimes you can just put a line through horses running at Sandown. There's a train of thought that this one could go from the front and jump them silly, I think. Tom Schoonermore's really good at setting good fractions, and I'd be very surprised if he's not looking to do something similar tomorrow. If there's one that's too good and good enough and comes to, chin it, and so be it. But he's a progressive 8-year-old gelding. Heather Main really likes the horse. She's quoted as saying, obviously, it's one of the best she's trained. Obviously, that doesn't mean, without being too disrespectful, doesn't mean a great deal, because you wouldn't be able to name, that many quality Heather Main trained horses. However, this is clearly a horse on the up, and I think that's one we could take seriously. So that's in the 150. The 225 is the Tolworth Hurdle. Without going too much in detail, Constitution Hill should win the race, but it isn't as poor a race as it probably is being looked on the bet in front. I know Ryan Potter really likes Jetoile, and I think that's a really good horse. That's All Right Gino won a very, very nice novice hurdle at Cheltenham, and I'll tell you something, done nothing but stay. I think that would go on the ground as well on the day for Jamie Snowden again. Gary Moore absolutely loves Shall We Have One More. Very well fancied last time. If Constitution Hill does the business here, I think we've got a real prospect for the Supreme Novices. So my advice is not to back it tomorrow. If you're a Constitution Hill fan, go find the market for Supreme Novices Hurdle at Cheltenham in March and have yourself a few quid on there, where you'll be able to get ahead of the game, because he should win that tomorrow. Okay, we've got the 3 o'clock handicap Veterans Chase. Great initiative to get the Veterans Chase on. Means that those older horses, rather than be burnt out and become spent forces, they run against each other time and time again. And to be honest, it's something I really enjoy, because as having owned horses that get to this stage, it gives you another option to look at. Another top weight we're all going to put forward here, ASO, very uncomplicated horse, Venetia Williams trained, Charlie Deutsch ridden. I think we're going to look at something like Bowl Out, right near the front of the pace, and he's still got plenty of class about him. Black Lion beat him at I think it was Haydock last time. Black Lion has since gone on to run terrifically well throughout the season. He's found a new vein of form, so being beat by that at the time probably looked a bit of a what if form, but actually it looks good now. ASO's still a very, very classy animal. He jumped great. There's no real concerns there. Second last time out. I think he'll take this one to take another step forward, and I can see him really liking Sandown. I just can. So that's ASO for the team. And in the 335, we're all on the same one again. So if you're following us tomorrow, we're all going to be one way or the other. So Hermes Boy gets into this what looks a competitive handicap on paper, gets him very, very well in off 10 stone 5 with Chester Williams, who's riding great, taking £5 off. The quotes on the Racing Post are that this horse is trained and owned by the same connections that won the race previously. I think what gives us more encouragement is the win at Exeter when it beat American Jerry. My goodness me, it looked like it had a stone in hand. And he's gone up a bit in the weights and in the handicap, but nothing too much to cut his cut his throat, so to speak, if he's still in that form. I think he'll be one of the best backed horses tomorrow. Hermes Boy, already money coming from looking at it, and I really would say that's the one. None of the other guys have put anything up elsewhere at Wincanton. However, I am just going to go and put up, I think, another one of those where I'm going to say forgive the last run. I think Stolen Silver will win the 3:15 tomorrow at Wincanton. Highly tried at Sandown last time. They chucked him in the superb Henry VIII Novice Chase again. Edward Stone won that race. Warlord, third time lucky. Those were the only horses to beat that one home that day. It ran okay, you know. I just don't think he had the class to go with those. Previously to that, he got beaten neck by Edita de Geet, who then went on to win again in December at Cheltenham with plenty more in hand than he did first time round. Stolen Silver done nothing but to push that one right to the line. I think this sort of track, jumping being the aim of the game. I think that it's a slightly lesser race. There's a few good horses in there, the likes of Slate House and Killer Clown and Mont des Avoirs. Good horses, but I think Stolen Silver, 7-year-old on the up. Jack Tudor's been booked to take an extra £3 off. I think that could be key. Jack Tudor's a good pilot, and fingers crossed that one will do the business for us. As I said, not a great deal of racing tomorrow for us to really get too stuck into. That's all we're going to put forward. So a shorter video today. Our horse, just a little highlight, there is shares still available in Best Pal. He will be running later on in the month. We're yet to decide exactly where, and we will be doing that, drawing up firm plans very soon. But he's in great nick. The guys have all been out to see him, and he's really trained very nicely. After his little break that he's had, we're expecting much bigger things now this season, now handicapping. Hope you had a good day. If you follow, let us know how you get on. We'll know if you've backed the horses. If you fancy something else, equally let us know. Love to see what your selections are. And if you've got something to put forward, please do. Other than that, have a great weekend and happy punting. Take care.